Here, definitely at a disadvantage. This might, maybe the Notre Dame game. I think the Irish were a little bit higher rated than Florida State. But this might be the first game I'm facing a true disadvantage. So first things first, what uniforms are we going with in Death Valley? I'm wishing I could go to work because I'm not making any money right now. Well, mixed views, I guess. On one hand, I'd like to be at work, but on the other hand, not too upset doing this right now. Classic aways. Do we pack the garnet pants or just go gold today? Or all whites? So many options. You got your black pants, garnet pants. Obviously the gold pants we started on. All white, which is sleek. Then you also have the 2009 Nike Pro Combat, so gold pants. Alright, for sure. Definitely gonna start streaming some 2K soon, Broham, so me and you are gonna duke it out. I'm playing with the Celtics. I don't know who you got, but I'm Celtics. Go ahead and hop right into this game. Yeah, KJ, if you have NCAA 14, I was saying it yesterday, but I definitely want to set up an online dynasty with whoever's got Xbox 360 and NCAA 14. Also, for those of you who don't have the roster file, I'm gonna go ahead and message that in chat real quick before we start this game. Roster files for Xbox 360. It's now uploaded. Um, took the offensive line down a little bit and the running backs down a little bit last night, and I got all of the numbers pretty much as close to correct as they can be at this point. Give me a second on that. Ah, no, I didn't fix the sliders. So yeah, I just put the roster file into chat. So Xbox 360 NCAA 14. You go to your EA locker and download, type that in, and yeah, you can have the same roster that I'm playing with right now, except for the 7 guys that I had to create as recruits. That part, you're gonna have to do manually. Let's do it. Florida State at Clemson. Remember, this is the 2013 season technically, so we have another blowout in Death Valley. Kind of hoping to keep this one close. No problem, FSU region. A lot of people were tweeting at me about that file last night, so I made sure to get it done. Also, it's funny how yesterday we were talking about the Deshaun Corbin waiver situation, and then today he's given immediate eligibility. So funny how that works. Yeah, guys, just make sure if you're not following the stream, go ahead and hit that follow button. That means every time we go live, you'll be automatically notified. I know tomorrow night some of the guys are planning to get on here on the Twitch stream and they are going to watch the 2013 Florida State at Clemson game, which is kind of funny because this is a similar situation walking into that game. But we're going to have 4 guys giving live reactions to the 2013 Florida State at Clemson game tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the Twitch channel. And then hopefully this weekend, we're hoping to do a stream of watching a basketball game from the past and also giving some reaction. So I think that should be a pretty cool thing. Some of y'all might want to check out. Plus, it'll be fun just to watch some good football. We'll see about the season being burglar. I mean, it's really just, it's impossible to kind of project that stuff right now. We don't know how this thing is going to spread or everything. Nice little kickoff return here to start it off. Miami Heat versus Celtics will be a good matchup, bro.
Now the offense gets ready to take their first crack at it.
We got Chuba Purdy. This is kind of like a Jameis Winston type deal right here. Chuba Purdy on the road, biggest start of his career. And he gets laid out. I just kind of want to set. My offensive line is weaker than yesterday. I turned everyone down by about at least two each. So I'm interested to kind of see how the running game works out here against, you know, a really good Clemson defense. This is obviously the 2019-2020 roster for Clemson. Still got Trevor Lawrence as a sophomore. Nice little slant, DJ Matthews. Tempo.
Combination of smarts and reliability that makes a receiver really dangerous. No wonder he's looked to on third down.
He might have a chance.
Purdy to break one.
That's
good for a gain of 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go.
That's literally where I sat in Clemson. I was at the 2013 Clemson game up there in that right where all those fans are. That's literally where we sat at. Corbin, 3rd and inches.
36-yard line. He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
3rd down.
Clemson has a solid defense. We'll just power them. First down.
So the ground game picks up another first down.
Well, this really works on a defensive psyche. You can see the guys on defense right now are just trying to catch their wind. Once again, they had a chance to bring this drive to a halt, but were unable to do it. The offense really seems to be clicking right now.
From the 29-yard line, first down.
I'd be able to get Corbin out of the backfield right here.
He's scrambling.
On the run, one hand grab by Tamorian.
Should be the ability to sell the run with a good fake. He does a really good job here on the fake, and then they pick up some nice yards.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to work on these sliders. Maybe I'm just good. Maybe not, though. I'll play some of y'all in Online Dynasty, so we'll get to the touchdown. Cam McDonald.
Touchdown, Florida State.
That's a positive for the passing game. It was absolutely the right call in that situation.
Good way to start off in Clemson.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. Let's get the latest now from Reese Davis.
Looks like my mom is watching the stream, guys. We got Dustin Mom in the chat.
We've got a
Hey,
tie
Mom, how's it
game
going?
here, knotted up at 24. In other action, Atlantic Coast Conference action in the spot.
I don't know, man. Maybe the CPU is just easy.
Ready for the kickoff.
I'm convinced at this point because I'm playing on. We'll see on defense, but I'm playing on all Heisman difficulty. Need those sliders for sure.
To the 20. Tackle
Brandon
at the
Gant
24-yard line.
lays him out.
Tigers know that they can give this guy
Obviously,
a ball
Travis
screen
Etienne
times a game, and that's great. And if it's
is
working,
back,
that's
but
perfect.
he's still a
But
junior.
also, as a defensive team, you look at him and you go, we worry about him too much. We could get burned somewhere else.
Well, the defensive coaches told us this week the first thing that they have to do is stop this running game. And when you're convinced you have to stop the running game, you leave your defense.
Zach on the opening play. Hamza Nasirildeen.
If they're smart, they'll try to take advantage of that and try to make some big plays in the passing game, maybe early, and then go back to old reliable.
There we go.
Football.
They line up at the 14. It's second down. They might be coming here.
Attack fast, attack often, baby. Ah.
He's tackled at the 30.
Well, not that often. Feeling a run here. Run right. I'm wrong. Doesn't matter.
Gets rid of it. So the defense gets him to go 3 and out.
Good job here defensively forcing this incomplete pass.
All right, here we go. The weapon. Toned him down slightly, but the weapon is about to get the ball. Oh, and he just gets the edge. Like, dude, this...
He's at midfield. They'll bring him down the 42-yard line.
The Seminoles offense, I thought, answered the doubters big time with an impressive opening drive, and they got on the board first.
Yeah, when you're in a hostile environment, you want to
Can't say much else about Corey Wren. I mean,
show people that you're not intimidated.
he's fast. He can put it together like this in college. Yikes.
They'll bring him down at the 44. It's second down, 12 to go. Ball on the 44.
So yeah, again, if anyone's got any questions about Florida State football, basketball, recruiting, etc., go ahead and put your questions in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer them throughout the stream. I answered a ton of questions yesterday. Really fun. So yeah, anything you guys got, just shoot. Also, if you have any play suggestions on offense or defense, go ahead and let me know. We ran a couple of Brohams plays a couple times, so. And McDonald, 3rd and 8, first down.
Around the 28-yard line.
If you're the
Liable.
defense, who do you try to cover this guy with? He's too fast for most linebackers. He's too big for most corners. You have to rely on your safeties, who generally aren't very good in one-on-one coverage.
Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. And he carries the ball for
Nice little run there.
nice 7-yard gain on the option keeper.
So GGX Gangster says, since Corbin is eligible, do you think he'll start?
It's second down and they're about
So he's talking about
2 yards
Deshaun
away from the
Corbin
sticks.
at running back. I thought Corbin looked really good for Texas A&M early on last season before that hamstring injury.
And he's
LeBourne
tackled
obviously
at
has
the
had his flashes throughout his career, but he's also dealt with some injuries and also some stuff off the field, suspension-wise and things like that. So to me, I'm thinking coming in, they're kind of about on equal footing talent-wise, I would say. And I'm just really interested to see how Corbin comes back from that hamstring tear, how LeBourne comes back from the third surgery on the same knee
short yardage
since he got to
situation here.
college.
Second down and 1.
So if they can stay durable, they both have talent.
Is up a score.
And the thing about Norvell's offense is it doesn't really matter who starts. You're going to see a lot of different guys get carries. At Memphis, there were 3-4 different running backs in that rotation at the same time. So I think we'll see a similar thing at Florida State. Corbin and LeBourne will probably be first in that rotation.
Here's an
And, I mean,
update from the
you've got some
studio
guys
at
like
NC.
Anthony Grant, who we've got to see.
From Blacksburg.
LaDamian Webb, obviously Corey Wren here, and then Lawrence Toafili, another talented incoming freshman. A lot of stuff to work with.
Fitzgerald has his kick team lined up, and he is set to kick this
So this is pretty much
He really
how the
got
Florida
all
State
over
at
that
Clemson
kick.
game started in 2013. We didn't get that early turnover,
He's
but
to the 20. Tackle made at the 24. The offense will be hoping for a little more success than they had the last time.
They've been beaten soundly on
Florida
both
State,
sides of the ball, and
if
we
we gonna
haven't
do it
even
big,
gotten to the
we
second
do it big.
quarter.
Thank y'all.
And he's hit before he can go anywhere.
oh, I missed the sack.
And he throws it away. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
From their own 37-yard line. Second down.
Lay him out.
Him hard at the 45-yard line.
Hey, Mikey Lee 34. Really appreciate you hitting that follow button. First follow of the stream so far today. So thank you for the support and really appreciate you tuning in, checking out this gameplay. Thanks again, man.
Loss of 4 on the play. That'll make it
Crew, welcome
36.
back. Really enjoyed answering some of your questions yesterday, man. Ah,
He's taken down.
couldn't get that spin move.
Florida State's offense is really looking dangerous so far in this one, Kirk. I mean, what's the defense?
As you can see here,
I think you have to start
a little bit of a
somewhere, and
dominating
somewhere,
start.
I think, is stopping the run. You have to load up, take your chances, put extra numbers in the box. Once you stop the run, that can allow you to put some pressure on their passing game. But right
I didn't
now,
mean to.
they're not
I got stuck.
stopping the run or the pass.
Trying to let Kando do his thing. Here we go, Purdy.
To the 40. Makes it to the 44.
You talk about a dual threat guy. This guy can hurt you in the air or on the ground.
From
It's
their own
raining.
44-yard
Clemson's
line.
orange.
It's first
Trying to make Chuba Purdy look like Christian Ponder against Miami in 2008. Oh, just run all over him all game.
right around the 46-yard line. We've played one. The Seminoles in front, 14-0.
I don't know if anyone remembers that game off the top of their head, but that was a
Welcome
fun
back
one.
Here. We resume action now here in the second quarter.
Ponder just taking option keepers up the middle. Ah, I should have pitched that one.
Hard at the 45. From the 45-yard line. Second down.
DP7 for Heisman. Still about it. Should have thrown to RB. Doesn't matter. Cam McDonald's feeling it right now.
Brought down.
Looking like Nick O'Leary running over the Clemson DB.
47 makes the tackle at the 39-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
There it is.
And he's immediately tackled.
It's a great job here by the quarterback of recognizing the outside linebacker blitz and delivering the football for a first down.
I haven't really hit a big play yet, but we're
22-yard line. First down.
getting enough to just
Five
continue
guys will be
moving
on
it.
the pattern as they're in the shotgun.
Another little option kind of play here. Corbin in motion. He just 51. Bavion Johnson gets beat across the face.
About 2 on the run.
And that's what happens when you tone your offensive line down.
That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
I think I put him from 78 to 75.
And he makes it out to about the 24-yard line.
So running isn't a good idea.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Here's another third down.
Oh, I don't know why I picked the corners. Should have thought about it more. So look, Terry on this comeback might be able to get him. Nope, can't get it out.
Rolls right.
You know, when you feel pressure like that, the worst thing you want to do is just to throw the ball into coverage. He got away with one right there. He's very fortunate. Next time, he should just throw it away out of bounds.
Crew, would you mind retyping the first part of that question? But as for your question on Trigg, I think I said it yesterday. Right now, in my opinion, Michael Trigg is an FSU lean at tight end, and he'll be a really great. I don't know why I'm going for it. Wasn't paying attention.
Huge play for the defense.
Why didn't I kick it? That's on me.
It was a pretty one-sided
Two tight end set.
but I wouldn't be surprised if things changed in a big
But yeah,
way.
Trigg, I think, is an FSU lean at this point. They've just got to keep doing what they're doing. Obviously, I've mentioned the success on the field so many times already. Travis J with the tackle there.
26.
Call it a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Clemson loves these shock. Oh,
Quick throw to the tight end.
that should have been a third down. Come on, guys.
With the outside linebacker blitzing, he made an accurate throw, and the result is a new set of downs.
Haim-Barong. Okay. I was.
Give to the tailback. Excellent open.
I don't know. I don't know about Barong. I'm honestly not really too familiar with how much FSU has been in contact with him. Trigg, on the other hand, is a guy I know FSU is heavily involved with.
Brought down after a nice
Travis
run.
Etienne
Gain of 6 on the play.
broke Janarius Robinson's tackle right there. But we've got a 3rd and inch. Guessing they're going to come right up the middle. Yeah.
Gets it again. This one's going nowhere.
Come on, guys. You gotta make that
16
tougher.
yards on the play. That brings up 4th and 3.
But I got one thing to say. At Florida State, if we gonna do it then, we do it big then. Thank y'all.
He steps out at the 31-yard line.
Hey, Matt Larrick, thanks for joining the chat and hitting the follow button, man. Really appreciate it. Sorry it took me a second to respond. We have a really cool audio thing set up for when someone hits the follow button. We have Jameis Winston
He scrambled.
speaking, and
He's under pressure.
for some reason it's a little bit lower, and it's not really coming through that well. So, trying to get that fixed. But again, thank you for following the stream, man. Appreciate that support.
From their own 42-yard line. First down.
Florida State back on offense yet again.
Tackled for a loss.
The off-tackle runs are not working.
Dominating another and making the play.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Break that. Oh.
Never really had a shot. They were on him almost as soon as he took the handoff.
That makes it 3rd and 11.
Third down, and they need to get it inside the 48. They'll spread the field with 5 wide.
We got 3rd and 11 right here. Morion Terry. Isolated. No DB over the top. If he breaks that press, I'm throwing it to X. He did not, but DJ Matthews did.
He lets it go. That's a great tackle to the 25-yard line.
You know, they did a great job here of not just getting past the first down marker, but picking up
Bubba
some
Purdy settling in Death Valley.
And the big pickup through the air.
I should have made him number 5 and not 12. All right, so we're going to try Broham's favorite play right here. This is the running back screen. Never works. Continues to disappoint. So Cruz says, George Jackson, a lineman committed to UF. Do you think we can switch him to Florida State? He's actually a guy we just published an interview with on the site on nogameday.com. Go ahead and check that out if y'all would like. But yeah, I don't see why not. Florida State was his dream school growing up. Obviously, he did commit to UF 2 years ago. But coming into his senior year, he's leaving his recruitment open. He says the school that wants him the most is going to get him. And I think Florida State, I mean, obviously they need talent on the offensive line pretty badly. And if they put that interest in and Alex Atkins continues to grow that relationship, which George Jackson spoke highly of Alex Atkins in that interview, really suggest checking it out again. I think FSU, they've got a great shot here. They just got to prove it. Yeah, we'll kick a field goal.
He looked like he just sort of aimed that one.
Yeah, he didn't look very natural throwing the football there, and the result was an underthrow.
It's 4th down. They'll call on the field goal unit here for this long field goal attempt. Kicks away.
Not bad.
That one looked like cake for this kid. Chalk up 3 points for the offense.
17-0. FSU. Florida State to kick.
Number 9, back deep to return.
Excellent kick. He's to the 20. Makes it to the 22-yard line. The Tigers know, I think, that at some point they just have to do what they do, even if it's not working right now. If they can get it going in the second half, it should really improve the ball game and the offense.
Well, the offensive line, I think, also has to be accountable here. We look so much to our star players, and we always want them to put up big numbers. But to me, the two go hand in hand. When a running back's going to have a great game, the offensive line deserves some credit. When a running back's struggling, you got to look at that offensive line and say, fellas, you got to help me
So
out.
57 seconds. We're probably going to see Clemson throw the ball here a couple times. Try and stop him. There we go. I'm going to take a timeout because I'd like to get the ball back. Mike Norvell wants the ball.
That job very, very well on that play.
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long.
That's Janarius Robinson getting in on the sack right there. Hamza Nasruddin. Oh, Marvin Wilson barely misses one. This D-line, they do some things. Kane, stay healthy. So Clemson just trying to run some clock. I'm going to call timeout. We'll get the ball back.
Their second timeout.
Yikes.
He's taken down at the 38. The Seminoles are just cruising through this first half, Herbie. Really a comfortable lead here.
Yep, but still a lot of football left to be played. They got to remember that it's a 4-quarter game, and even though that first half went pretty well, things can change in a hurry.
It's still only the second quarter. We got a lot
One
of football
timeout.
left, but I got to say, this one is
So
just on the brink of a blowout.
Broham says, Dustin, your opinion, who do you think will be our starter at running back? This is actually a question I answered just before, either early in this game or just before I started the game. I can't remember exactly who asked the question
Now he's scrambling.
off the top of my head, but
Runs with it, and he's got room. He
I think
gets
right
it out of
now
bounds.
you're
Around
looking at
the
Kalon
33-yard
LeBourne
line.
and Jashawn Corbin kind of neck and neck at where they are at in their careers. Corbin looked really good for Texas A&M early last season before his injury. LeBourne has shown flashes, but the thing is, I want to see how they both come back. LeBourne obviously just had his 3rd knee surgery since he's been in college. Corbin had that serious hamstring tear. So you want to see how they recover. I think they both fit into this new offense very well. And the thing about Norvell is he's not really looking at one guy at running back. He's looking at having a stable of guys. At Memphis, there were between 3 and 5 running backs majorly involved in the rotation. So I think we'll see a similar thing at Florida State with the amount of talent that the Seminoles have. You have a guy deep, and we
He threw that ball so hard, I don't think anybody wanted to catch it.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
but we have held Clemson's
Second down and
elite
10 to go.
offense
Ball on
out of the end
48.
zone. All right, Helton might get open here deep. I'm looking for Helton or I'm looking for Terry, and I'm rolling right, and I hope they don't blitz this guy that's next to me. Well, they blitz you.
He might not be able to get the pass off. And they got it. Florida State's out of time.
So we'll call our last timeout.
3rd down.
Yeah, and it's not even a 1-2 punch. You have Corbin, you have LeBourne, you have Anthony Grant, who you still have to see about, like Damian Webb, Lawrence Toafili, and obviously our favorite guy, the weapon, Corey Wren, who can all just fit a multitude of ways into this offense. They're just
Well, I got one
blitz.
thing
Tries
to
to buy
say.
some time. Matthew
Florida
was the
State.
intended target. That's
We
going to
gonna
bring
do
up
it
4th
then.
down.
We
The
do it
offense
big.
really had nowhere to go on that one. The play was very well defended. Now the incompletion will force the fourth
Yeah,
down.
might as well just chuck it.
So they're going to go for it here.
What's up, Spencer? Thanks again for checking out the stream and deciding to hit that follow button. Really appreciate the support, man. Hope you're enjoying the gameplay so far today. So Terry or Matthews, or McDonald for that matter, have a chance to get open deep, I think. Now they're going to trade.
He wants it
Believe
all.
in T.
Doesn't
He almost
get
caught
there.
that.
And that'll do it
Yeah,
for
as long as the
first
offensive
half.
line can do a
Plenty of
little bit
football
for
to be
them,
played. 17
Well, I
to
got
nothing.
they'll be
one
pretty
thing to say.
solid.
Seminoles.
At Florida State, if we gonna do it, then we do
Hi,
it big.
everybody. Glad to have you with
Thank
us
you.
on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites.
All right, Reese, David, thanks, guys.
Die
Just about
easy.
set
Welcome to the
start
chat.
third quarter.
Hope I don't die easy. Appreciate the support. Thanks for hitting the follow button,
Sends
man.
it sailing downfield.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't be winning by this much in real life
He's
easily,
to the
but
20.
thankfully,
And he just got
I'm a
drilled.
decent NCAA player.
Continue to get it done on the defensive side of
Drew
the
says,
ball.
what about Terrence Ferguson, who's a 2021 offensive lineman? Recently visited Florida State. I can't remember if it was early March or late February, but he was on, yeah, it had to be March because of that period. So he was on
There's gotta be
campus
some sense of urgency
recently,
to
has
this
a really good
offense right now.
relationship
They don't have the
with
luxury of
Alex
wasting
Atkins.
drives if they wanna get back
Brought
in
his
the game.
entire family to campus for that trip. So another guy that I think Florida State's doing a great job recruiting, showing interest in, and contacting regularly. And Alex Atkins so far has shown a very unique ability
Well, I
to
got one
connect
thing
with
to say.
guys.
At Florida State, if we gonna do it, then we do it big.
That's right, running back's got
Right
it.
there.
They'll bring him down right around the 42-yard line.
I think this offense
Dustin, Mom, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, Mom. Love that support. You've supported me my whole life. Thank you.
It puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And right now, well, you can almost feel this offense.
But yeah, Ferguson, very highly interested in Florida State, and that interest is being reciprocated.
Around the 30-yard
They just got to keep doing it. And like I was saying about Alex Atkins, unique ability to connect with guys, is real with them, tells them what they're good at, tells them what they need to improve at, doesn't just, you know, give them all the shine and tell them that if they come to Florida State, they're going to be instant stars. No, he tells them that they're going to have to work. And I know George Jackson, who you just mentioned, Crew, a couple minutes ago, he actually said that he appreciated how real Coach Atkins kept it with him, and
Nice catch, first down.
how
Knocked out.
Atkins sat down with him and they watched his film, and Atkins was able to help point out what he was doing right, but also what he was doing wrong. And he said that was something that stood out to him that other coaches weren't doing. Keeper by Trevor Lawrence,
They bring him down to the
that ain't gonna work.
That play was over before it got started. That was just a case of the offensive line getting beat at the snap of the
Yeah,
ball.
Crew, I think Ja'Kai Douglas was in the running back room this spring. I think he's going to be more of a receiver in the fall because Corey Wren, losing my train of thought. Corey Wren, LaDamian Webb, and also Lawrence Toafili all weren't enrolled in the spring, so Florida State was just kind of short at depth there. So I think primarily he's going to be at receiver. But the interesting thing about Douglas is he's just about as fast as Corey Wren, and he played a multitude of different positions in high school. I mean, this is a guy that started at quarterback, played at running back, played wide receiver. So he's a gadget type of guy that you can really put anywhere. So I'm really excited to see him. Really, so many of these freshmen, there's a lot to like.
He's in for the score, and they're back in it.
Clemson gets on the board. Nice drive there.
And he hits the PAT.
Yeah, he's solid. I think the staff really likes what they got in him, Dean Burglar.
So our score, 17-7. Hunter ready to kick. Nice kick, plenty of distance.
We're taking this out. Up the middle, just get some yardage.
At the 24-yard line.
Kickoff return 24 yards.
It's a new possession for this offense, so what will it hold?
Corbin makes a great catch.
To the 40.
Puts on the juke move.
Tackle at the 47.
Nice job here by the quarterback of putting some air underneath this pass and letting his receiver catch up with it for a nice gain.
All right, so Crew just keeps the questions coming. He says, Dylan Brooks, do we have a realistic shot? Dylan Brooks is a 5-star defensive end, one of the top players in the 2021 class out of Alabama. All the top schools in the country, as you can imagine, are
6 yards on the kick.
on him. So at this time, I would say no, just because he hasn't been on campus in a little bit. But really, it's just about getting him to the school, getting that relationship, and obviously, usually for most 5-stars, it's about the success of the program. And I'm trying to find a guy deep.
Down around the 14-yard line.
DJ Matthews is kind of a nice option here. Hubbard Purdy and DJ Matthews have that
It's
connection.
First down and 10 now after picking up some great yardage through the air.
Yeah, I just mean he's got to be on campus for more than a few hours. This is a guy you need at junior days. You need to get him on campus this summer. Would have been nice to get him for the spring game. He's a guy that you need to get to use one of his 5 official visits on you. I mean, we'll just have to see. Plus, Florida State's got to show the success on the field. Garrett Wilson gets stopped there. Drew also says realistic shot with Jared Wilson. Wilson is the offensive lineman out of North Carolina. Recently named Florida State in his top 8 and actually visited also in March. I know during a post-visit interview, he said that Florida State told him he was number 1 on their offensive guard board. So he's a guy that, again, Alex Atkins, guy who was just at Charlotte, is recruiting heavily, has a good relationship with. I think Wilson's very comfortable with Florida State. Again, key here is to get him for an official visit, get him on campus this summer if that's possible. This virus has just thrown everything into question, basically.
He looks ready to kick this one deep. He's to the 20. He gets out to about the 25-yard line.
Spencer Chapp says odds that Tate Rodemaker or Chuba Purdy to start over James Blackman.
The offense really came up with a nice drive.
I don't know if you guys will like my answer, but personally, I think it's going to be really tough to supplant James Blackman as a starting quarterback for Florida State. Not only is he an experienced player, but he's also very talented. I thought he showed some good flashes back in 2017 under Fisher, and he's done a little bit these 2 years under Willie, but I don't think that Taggart's system fit Blackman the best, and I also don't think the coaches really put him into positions for success, so he didn't play as good as he could have. And I just think the switch to Norvell and Dillingham, two guys who are really good at fitting players into their systems and making things work, is going to be really helpful to James Blackman's development. I think about Brady White at Memphis last year for Norvell, who was much more of a pocket passer than a scrambler. This isn't a guy who wanted to rely on his legs first, second, or third. And he was one of the best quarterbacks in the nation last year in Norvell's offense. Norvell was able to tailor it slightly to fit the players to the T, and I think that's what great coaches do. You fit your playmakers into your system.
Finds his man and they take him down immediately.
Jones with the tackle at the 23-yard line. That makes it 3rd and 3.
Go a Stevie blitz. Who's blitzing? Oh, Cornell Jones.
He makes his way out to about
Stumbled.
Two-score game, and they can.
So yeah, again, just thank you to everyone who's decided to hit the follow button today during the stream. We really appreciate all that support. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning, we're going to be live streaming a live reaction of a couple of our No Game Day guys who will be watching Florida State at Clemson 2013 tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the Twitch channel. I think that'll be exciting for everyone to get to see some good football, especially probably one of the best games in Florida State history, I would say. Also planning to watch the national championship later on, and then maybe a couple games of the Taggart era as well. And outside of football, we also want to do some basketball reactions like that. So we'll be watching some of the top recent games in Florida State basketball history, giving the same type of live reactions. So it'll be really cool for some of y'all to join in, get a chance to watch some basketball, football, especially since everything is kind of sidelined at this point. Nice to get some good memories, feel good memories.
And he got all of this one. Great kick. He's to the 20.
Corey Wren's got a lane here.
Across the 30.
Corey Wren's got a lane here.
He's pushed out of bounds at the 46.
Kirk, you and I like seeing points. We're seeing points in this 3rd quarter. This has been fun.
And I think it's going to continue, Brad. I think the adjustments that were made at halftime have allowed these quarterbacks to go out and really be able to take command of how they want to attack each defense. It's going to come down to that final drive.
Absolutely, FSU for life. Happy I can do something to alleviate a little bit of the boredom that a lot of us are going through right now.
As we get set to resume play. Florida State up 6.
So again, we've got our they're backing the CBs off. That Terry dropped it. That was late throw.
Terry, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 46-yard line. It's 2nd down.
Nice move by Corbin, but it didn't lead to very much. So Clemson is making this a game now. Do the curl flats, try and just get an easy corner route at the first down marker. Get our guy, DJ Matthews or Tamorion Terry. So gray one is open. Matthews. And he drops it.
I'm not so sure he made the best decision that time. That was a pretty tight area. He was
Come on,
trying to
DJ. I think this is the first time we've seen the punter today.
Rodgers is back deep to return. He's out of bounds
Nice.
at the 12-yard line.
Pinned him inside the 20. Goal here is to hopefully give up nothing, but if we have to, give up a field goal. Don't want to go down in this game after having a 17 to nothing halftime.
Hog mollies up front were able to create holes for the running game, and it helped them get the score. Let's see if they can do it again.
How does he get through 8 guys?
That makes it 2nd and 2.
Everybody bunched up tight defensively.
Clemson's just telling me that they're going to run this ball right at me right now. There we go. Big stop by the D. All right, Gainer coming up big.
3rd down.
We're going to the 4th quarter of a really good ball game. I could definitely lose this.
That's 3 down and 1 to go. Florida State's lead is 6. Well, this final few minutes is going to determine this one. Tight ball game. Action set to start here in the 4th quarter. We might look back on this game when it's all over and say that's the point where they won the football game. With that,
Wow.
That'll bring up 4th and 5.
and he has it on the corner. He's at the 30, to the 20, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 15.
Corey Wren, big punt return in the 4th quarter. Weapon hasn't been able to break one, but doing just enough damage.
Away from a very different ball game. Florida State with a 6-point lead. And down he goes to the 13-yard line.
That's a gain of 2 in the play.
So Clemson's done a very good job stuffing up the run game here.
It's 2nd and 8. Ball on the 13. Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards.
Just grinding it out.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. Get blocked. I didn't get it. 4th and inches inside the 5. You know what we're doing. This is a go for it all day spot. If we get stopped, that means Clemson has to go 95 yards to take the lead, so got to. Dustin, Mom, McButts, appreciate that. We're just trying to get a win here.
You don't need 3 guesses to
I'm going to get to your question in a second. I just got to focus.
The running back goes for a short gain, but it's enough to get the 1st down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job there and didn't give him much room. Unfortunately for them, it was just enough space to eke out 2 yards he needed for the 1st down.
Shows some moves and he's in.
We're going to go for 2 here, try and make this a 14-point game.
Going to the end zone and it's coming back out.
Bad idea.
Might take this. And they won't
Tripped him up with Chubba Purdy. So Crew says chances with Clayton Smith and Nylon Green. I'll start with Smith. Clayton Smith, 4-star linebacker out of Texas. Staff is definitely interested in him. We just got to see if he reciprocates that interest moving forward. Obviously, a lot of the top schools in the country are after him. Very talented guy, good athlete. So Florida State, they could be in the mix. I just want to see how it progresses a little bit. As for Nylon Green, I think Florida State's definitely in the mix there, along with schools like Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Clemson. Nylon Green is currently a top 100 composite prospect in the 247 Sports rankings. Can we tackle this guy?
Around the 13-yard line.
But yeah, crew, it'll be big to have Smith on campus to keep building that relationship. Clemson is coming to life in the second half. But Nylon Green, again, another guy with the top schools all over him. Was at Florida State this month. So I think FSU's firmly in the mix there. And again, like a lot of these guys, you've got to keep progressing with that relationship.
Second down, and they've got 15 for
The J Fry says, is Norvell out on Dion's boy? And is he even that good? I know he's a 4-star, but you never hear anything about him. So he's referring to Shadir Sanders. Make sure I don't say this wrong. So Shadir Sanders, 2021 quarterback prospect out of Cedar Hill, Texas. Deion Sanders, I don't know if he still is, but at least at one point, Deion Sanders was the offensive coordinator for the high school team. So I think he's still the offensive coordinator for his son's high school team. Play this fourth down play. Stuffed. So obviously Willie Taggart was very interested in Shadir Sanders, but so far I would say that interest hasn't really been reciprocated by Mike Norvell and his staff. There's definitely some talent there because this guy's a 4-star composite prospect, but he plays in one of the weakest, if not the weakest, classification in Texas high school football. He's put up a lot of great numbers, but again, probably inflated due to competition. So at this point, I don't think Florida State is really going to pursue Shadir that much. So I think there's talent there, but he's a bit inflated. And obviously, that's a very precarious relationship between Deion Sanders and Florida State. Wasn't a guy that liked Jimbo Fisher at all. Did come back with Willie Taggart here, but when things started to go bad again, didn't really show his face. So I'm not really sure how that relationship is going to be now with Mike Norvell. I mean, Mike Norvell is going to be honest with you, brutally so, if necessary.
There's a play fake.
Someone get open. Terry?
Immediately after the catch. The Tigers taking their first time out of the half.
That makes it
A
first and 10.
quarterback's best friend is a receiver he can count on to catch the ball every time he drops back to pass.
First and 10. Ball on their own 30. Gets to that quickly.
Couldn't run him over that time.
The 33-yard line. Clemson will take their second time out of the half. From their own 33-yard line. Second down.
That's a question I can probably answer after this game. That's more than a couple guys. Sean Corbin up the sideline and he fumbled.
And no one can get it. It bounces out of bounds. Here's the 8th play of the series. Tackled after decent pickup. Clemson's out of timeout. Corbin gains about 4 yards on the play. From the 42-yard line. Second down. Just under 2 minutes in the game. And he gets a yard on the run.
You're not going to be able to get by a sure
So
tackler
it's
like
looking
this linebacker
it's
too
looking
often.
pretty good that we're gonna finish this game out with a victory.
Here's play number 10 on the drive. Tackle around the 32-yard line.
Gain of 9 yards. First down.
From the 32-yard line, it's first down. And they get him in the backfield for a loss.
The defense was playing run all the way right there, and it paid off for
Makes
them.
it second and 10.
This is the 12th play of this drive.
A pretty good job just chewing the clock down
Nice run.
a little bit here.
Corbin comes away with 5 yards on the carry.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Deal.
They've been 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive, and they'll try to convert again here.
Not gonna get it.
He keeps it on the
I'll give
outside,
Clemson the
picks
ball
up
back so we
maybe
can try and get another sack.
Seminoles will use their first time out of the half. Kicks
That's
away.
about gonna ice things. 15-point game.
Cake for this kid. Chalked up 3 points for the offense.
So the score now, Florida State 29, Clemson 14. Fitzgerald gets set to kick this one away. Nice kick, plenty of distance.
So Dustin Mom says, do you expect this season to be majority passing or running, and why? I think it'll be a balanced attack with maybe a slightly more emphasis on the running game, just because of how creative Norvell can make it. But overall, I think we'll see a balanced attack. Obviously, we've got to see how he can mitigate or develop that offensive line and just see how that goes, the process. And that'll probably help him determine more of which side of the ball he thinks that this team, well, not which side of the ball, but which part of the offensive game he thinks this team will be successful most.
That makes it second and 10.
Drew, I still got your question about the offensive and defensive lineman. I'm going to save that for once we wrap this game up.
Catches it, and he's looking for more. Brought down at about the 43-yard line. The Seminoles call a timeout. That's their second of the half.
3rd down.
And this may be 4th down territory if they can't get a first down here. He chucks it downfield.
Oh, come on.
He's tackled right around the 10-yard line.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Don't let them score. Come on, DB. Play some defense.
The spike will stop the clock.
That brings up 2nd and goal.
What are we celebrating a spiked pass for?
2nd down, goal to go. Ball on the 10-yard line.
I don't know if I want to blitz. I cannot get any pressure. Doesn't matter.
Immediately tackled.
All right, number 15, Florida State knocks off the number 1 team in the nation in Death Valley.
29.
Got Chubba Purdy,
As we take a look at the highlights, Kurt,
play
how would you summarize
play
the
of the game.
action of this one?
If he's
It was a
the
great
player
game,
of the
but
game.
I'm sure there's a little
Play of
disappointment.
the game is the opening drive touchdown.
They should have won this game, but they